He's got about 2.5 minutes to go to the toilet and put his helmet on.
No, the helmet's going on. That's what it is. He's in the background. He's getting the balaclava on. He's getting ready.
Late call. He's down. He's on the back stretch, so...
Yeah, he's on the malt stand, so he's got, you know, plenty of time, really.
Mark was kind of like, what now?
It only really takes, what, 30 seconds to get fully kitted up if you're in a rush. So, yeah, he might well have popped off to the toilet there. That's the thing. Things change, and you want to, if you're going to go in the car for 2 hours and 20 minutes, you want to be in your best condition. And for me, the last thing I do is go to the toilet and then get my kit on and get ready. So, yeah, I wonder whether Timo is, yeah, again, his first sector wasn't good. So I think he might have some tyre issues, and that's why they're going to get him in and get those tyres off.
Yeah, even if it's 1 or 2 laps early, they can't afford to be losing 7 or 8 seconds a lap.
Exactly. They've got to react, and so they've decided to call him early, obviously, get those tyres off, get Webber in the car, and send him to the end.
That's positive for us, though, because it means, right, come on.
Here we go, he's all ready. Getting some good luck messages. Come on, mate, do your job. We know you can do this. He must, you know, he's a seasoned pro. He'll be ready for this. You know, bring this fight on.
This is what he's wanted, though, isn't it? This is what he signed up for. Come on.
Exactly. And let's face it, I think realistically none of them thought they'd be in this position with. You know, 22 hours of the race gone, or almost 22 hours gone, and they're in the lead of the 24 hours on their first visit back here for many years.
Right into the pit lane. He's got a clear run down, so no one to block him. Every second is going to count. He's down on the brakes. Don't speed. That's it. Can't afford to lose a stop and go now. He's on pit road.
So we will see Lotterer come back into the lead of this race.
Yeah, and then they have a driver change as well. Because we've already seen...
Here comes Lotterer now. Normal line, yep. I'm not sure when he's due to stop, but I don't think it's for a couple of laps yet. Properly on it, good line, taking all the track. What's his lap time? It's another 3:27.1, so he's pushing hard.
Okay, so the number 2 Audi now slots back into the number 1 place. And the number 20 Porsche dropping down to second, but a driver change we saw. Bernard out, Webber in. As they say, when he signed this deal a while ago now, it'd be a year ago when he signed this deal.
That's right. I think midway through the F1 season last year.
You'd have thought, come on, give us a go at Le Mans, let's try and win it. And as you say, I don't think they'd really believed it, would they, in their first time with the car and everything, and here they are. They do have a huge chance. They're up against some massively seasoned pro car. 88.45, stop and go, speeding in the pit lane.
That's the second place Pro-Am car of Backler, Porsche. So they might well lose their second position with that penalty.
The Abu Dhabi car. Okay. Webber back into it now. There's a Toyota just running ahead of him. That's not going to be too bad for him. He might be able to get some drag down there. The Toyota's away now, so I'm going to say he might just get a bit of up to speed.
Well, it's a target for him. You know,
to follow. Yeah, that car's on the pace, follow it.
Exactly. That's so that's Davidson,
who is on the pace, as we've seen, a 3:27.205 for his last lap.
So yeah, that's a good gauge for him. You know, he can work off that car, get up to speed quickly, and try and stay with it. And if he can stay with it, then he's doing the same sort of times as Lotterer would be doing.
Okay, the first split, first sector, 54.649 now is Audi number 2's advantage over Porsche number 20.
So bearing in mind we've got Lotterer due to stop probably in the next couple of laps.
Which is 80 seconds with a driver change.
Yeah, so it's going to, you know...
He's going to put him behind him, but not by very much.
And we'll see how quick Webber can go on his new tyres.
Okay, listening. Now, that for me, sounds like a strange wish. Can you advise Ben on how to drive the car? Is that because that car's nursing a problem and they've got to manage something somewhere?
It's a specific thing that they've discussed, obviously. Yeah. So he knows exactly what he's talking about into the chicane. I'm not sure what he was talking about, but there's a certain procedure on the braking into the chicane, and Andre, because he's been in the car for quite a while now, has worked out the best way to be driving it, and he's just relaying the information to Ben, who's about to get in the car and finish the race with it on the last stint.
That message, when you think about it, just brings me back to something you said very early on in the race, and the extra capacity these drivers have over and above just the driving. And Lena on the radio, they're saying, I know you've got your hands full, but can you advise and straight out with it? You know what I mean? It's kind of like, yeah, the driving is just second nature now. I can talk about what I need to do as well.
Well, yeah, you know, once you get up to a lap time, it's getting there that's a difficult thing. But you can, once you get there, you can maintain it, you know, and start thinking about other things. So again, another 3:27 from Andre. He's right on. Well, he's actually faster than the pace that they wanted from him. So he's an extra. They wanted on the radio. They were asking him to do 3:28s earlier on. So he's doing 3:27s now. So he's beyond the pace they wanted. Let's see what Webber can do.
Sector 2, Webber was 1.5 slower in Sector 2, but still getting up to speed.
Nice wide line out of Tete Rouge there. So obviously Ben is now in the pits.
Ready.
Getting ready.
Yeah.
Which is why they were having that conversation. So expect the Audi in within the next couple of laps.
Okay, Webber just about to post his time. He's just through the last chicane, and there he goes. It's a minute. It's 1 minute, 0.1. Mark obviously now needs to get into the groove now. He's done a lap. Let's get himself sorted. Let's get himself up.
So the lap out of the pits was a 4:47. So he's 1 minute behind Webber. Behind Lotter.
We will try and keep an eye on what is going on. Obviously, we got that battle. The Brundle in the P2 category. He Tinknell into second, but actually in the pits now. And the Gar 46, who was in second, is on its out lap, so that'll swap around again. The gap was 1 minute 25 in Brundle's favour. But that was obviously Tinknell, who was third, not second at the time. Fisichella still leading the Pro GT category. And it's Nicky Tim in the 95 Aston leading the GT AM category.
So down in GT Pro, you've got Makovic in second place in the Porsche and Magnussen in the Corvette in third place, both doing very similar times, fast times, 3:55, both of them. Fisichella 3:57, so they're taking a little bit of time out of him, but he's got that cushion. He's got at least a lap cushion over Makovic. So he can tend to just, you know, not take the extra risk. He can maybe lose the odd second here or there and keep the car safe. Whereas the other two have to push to get everything, because as I say, they're not going to be satisfied with finishing second or third. They want that win.
So sector times in this lap, Lotter 32.7, Webber 31.4.
So it is taking Mark a little bit of time.
It's taking Mark a little bit of time, but is that where we were with Bernard? Remember, Lotter was 5 to 8 seconds a lap up on him each lap, so...
Yeah, we haven't heard much radio contact from them. I wonder whether, yeah, they are nursing the car a little bit and they're just doing as much as they can do.
2 hours, 17 minutes to go. We're going for another lap with the number 2 car. The 35 car just into the pits there. Brundle on pit road. And here comes the number 2 car. It just looks beautiful. I mean, just look at it, the way it's... This is man and machine in perfect harmony at the moment.
They've not won most of the last sort of 10 years of Le Mans 24 Hours for no reason. Again, another new car for them, and in the beginning of the year, it didn't seem to be, you know, in the WEC rounds 1 and 2, it didn't seem to be quite on the pace of the Toyota. Even the Porsche came in stronger, but at the moment it's leading this Le Mans 24 Hours, and Lotter has just posted a 3:26, so he's getting quicker and quicker. As the fuel load comes off the car, he's able to go faster and faster.
I seem to remember something from the first round. Both Audis crashed and failed to finish, which I think I read somewhere, or someone told me that's the first time ever that Audi, since they've come back, haven't had a car at the finish of a race, which was a big, huge disappointment for them, and lots of work to do for the mechanics before the next round of Spa.
Well, that's it. They've reacted. They've, you know, as I said, the cars just weren't on the pace at Silverstone, so they've reacted. They've put a lot of time and effort and money into it. So Webber, he's showing to be quite on the limit through there. The car's sliding around a little bit, so he's not hanging around. I'm just not sure he's got the car beneath him that Lotter has got beneath him. See, he's lying through Tete Rouge. How much curbs are using? Bit on the inside. We cut away. So I think the next problem for Webber is how close is de Grassi. I mean, he's a fair bit back, but on track he's actually not far behind, so he's got a chance to catch him up and maybe work in Lotter's favour and play a bit of team tactics. So Brendan Hartley in the pits now, talking to Timo Bernhard.
Interestingly, he's suited up, and that's what we were talking about just before we came in. Do you use your man with huge amounts of pressure experience, maybe not so much at Le Mans, but big pressure, or do you use your youngster? And Brendan obviously was ready. He's got his overalls on, where we saw only an hour or so ago a photograph of Mark with his overalls all in a heap. So he's still in there supporting the guys, and maybe wishing he was out there, but for the sake of the team.
I think it's a double-edged sword, because yeah, he wants to be out there, but the other thing is it's a lot of pressure to have on you, and you know you've got to be on the case, you've got to be pushing hard, and maybe to an extent he can relax a bit more in the pits and let Mark do his job. And if Mark can do it, then you know, Brendan's already been in the car, he's done his job as well. He's done a fantastic job for a relative newcomer to endurance racing, and in a big car with a lot of pressure, factory Porsche. So you know, he's stood up well to that, and it'll in his career that'll stand him in good stead. He'll come back next year and he'll be stronger again.
See, the number 2 car just completing another lap. We saw the Audi mechanics getting their gloves and everything sorted and getting ready. So maybe one more lap for this Lotterer car too. We'll see.
So Lotter and de Grassi both doing 3:26s, so their pace is almost identical. So that obviously their cars are very similar. They're able to both drive very hard. Davison also behind doing a 3:26, so it's only really Webber who's off the pace slightly, not able to quite match the pace of the faster cars around him.
So that was shots in the pits of car 36. Our 4th place car, Ollie Webb, in the 36 car. Message from an engineer to a mechanic of, okay, this is what we're going to do. What I have found interesting from these pit shots, maybe Porsche hide their mechanics out the back, but whenever we've seen inside pit shots of the Toyota team and the Audi team and the Porsche team don't seem to have any seats for their mechanics to sit down in and go to sleep. They always seem to be stood up, as if it's a kind of an attention thing. If you're sitting down, you will get sleepy, you will get tired. The Porsche guys always seem to be stood up and alert and ready, whereas we have seen pictures and footage of Audi mechanics asleep having their faces drawn on.
Well, the Porsche guys, I think, you know, they're so pumped up, and it's a big race for them, and they're in a position that perhaps they didn't think they'd be in. Whereas the Audi guys, as I said, they've won it so many times over the last 10 years. They're kind of a little bit more used to it. That was a picture of Ben Trullier He's ready now, helmet's on, so you can expect Andre Lotterer to be pitting pretty soon and Ben to get into the end. So not such a long stint for him. He'll be in the car somewhere just over 2 hours. Again, a fair bit of pressure to finish the race, but something he's used to. Andre's done a fantastic job. He's dragged them back up after their mechanical issues. He's dragged them back up. He's been doing fantastic lap times, very consistent.
So Alex Brundle staying in his car when he stopped. Back out there, he's 57 seconds his advantage.
So that gap has come right down. It was, you know, not long ago. It was almost double that. So. And now he's in a pit stop, so let's see if Tristan Gomedy actually is able to get either very close or pass him for the lead of P2, because that car's been in the lead for quite a while now, 35. Let's see what Andre does this time. Is he going to pit this lap or is he going to continue? Yep, at least one more lap.
Yeah.
Oh, he's on it. You see the car moving around there. There's no lifting off. Fully lit.
It's he is in the groove, isn't he? He really is in the groove. At 28.978 that last lap. Webber's previous lap, he has still got to finish this one. It was a 33. So let's see what Mark can do this time. But you know, they're pulling out such a gap in this car, 5 seconds, 6 seconds a lap. You know, it's not beyond the realms of possibility. If everything went to plan, they're going to be right on the tail of this Porsche, if not in front of it, when they come out. They're definitely massively reducing their work rate for the last 2 hours at the moment.
Yes, I think it's now advantage Lotterer and car number 2 at the moment. By the timing, it looks like they're going to need 2 more stops after this one.
Okay, that's interesting. That's the one car going past Webber there. You were saying that Degrassi was on a big mission. Well, he's actually gone past. Oh, sorry, no, it's a 14 car. Sorry. That's it. That's interesting.
Yanni's down doing 3:27, 3:26.
Yes.
Webber 3:33.
I just didn't expect. The one car is not far behind Webber. And yeah, what would Mark Webber give for that kind of performance?
So the in-lap button, I think that must be a button that's set up to save some fuel, maybe, or to... Okay. I don't know, to be honest with you.
Acknowledge that you've heard the message, but you could just say that you heard it.
No, it's not that. It's something in the car, something technical in the car. I've never heard of the in-lap button before.
Okay, 1:16 between them. We're about to discover how long an Audi pit stop takes on Sunday early afternoon when you're in the fight. It can't really be any quicker as what they've been doing it now, but everything's got to be absolutely perfect.
Well, they're well drilled, aren't they? So I'd imagine it should go off without any hitches.
This will be what they class a full service. I suspect they're going to give Benoit full of fuel and new tyres.
So he's pressed the in-lap button. He's not going past that P2 car very quick.
Okay.
You know, and previously I think he'd have shot right by that very quickly. So I wonder whether it's some kind of fuel-saving mode where they've been able to eke out one extra lap, because he has stopped, you know, quite late compared to the Porsche.
Just looking back a minute or so, when the 14 Porsche went past the 20 Porsche, I bet Mark Webber sitting there thinking, wow, I could just do with that help right now. Because that car was massively quicker. That's why I thought it was the number 1 Audi. The number 2 Audi is in pit road, coming right past us now, down to 60 kilometers an hour and into pit road. We've got the white dot of car number 20. He's into Indianapolis, then he's got Arnage, then he's got down towards the Porsche S's and towards the finish of the lap. Okay, coming to a stop. Now, let the guys do their job, let them get on with it.
Is that Andre staying on board then?
Yeah, well, he can get out while they, can't he?
Yeah, and no tyres. No, he's gone again. One more stint.
Did we just assume that that was a driver change, or did we hear them say they were talking? He was talking to Benoit, wasn't he, before about how to drive the car? So we, yeah, okay.
Yeah, exactly. We did assume that he was going to be getting out. So
another stint.
Not. One more. We missed that pit transmission to hear that no, you're staying in the car.
Well, Webber's just out the final chicane and accelerating to cross the line right now. So the other Audi is away. The number 2 Audi is already out. And the number 14 Porsche is in the pits. What does that do for your psychological position then? When you're thinking, the Porsche team are thinking, it's okay, they still have to change the driver. But they were thinking it was going to come now, and they were going to get themselves kind of geared up and
back in position. Yeah. And actually, no, they're not. They're 26 seconds behind. So that's both after both cars have had a stop.
Yeah, there's still one driver change out of sequence because Lotterer can't. He can't go to the end of the race. Well, he could. He probably wants to, but he ain't going to go to the end of the race. Okay, the 14 car, that's nice new tyres on that.
Yeah, as you say, the 14 car seems to have the pace over the 20 car. Webber still circulating, doing 331s.
Okay, so the car 2 is on its way to the end of the straight to Mulsanne, whereas Mark Webber is just coming into the second chicane now. That is the gap. The clock is up. The number 12 Rebellion coming into the pits.
Just past one of the Aston Martins.
26 seconds at the last sector. It's 25. So Mark taking 6.86, nearly 7/10 out of the number 2 car, the 98 Aston, into the pits. Quite fascinated by this battle here. It's the Pedro Lamy car.
I think they're feeling a bit nervous. They're on the brink of another Le Mans 24 hours, only 2 hours away. I think Marcel won't drive again, so it'll be Ben when Andre decides to actually get out the car. It will be Ben that takes it over. And it's a difficult situation, I mean, because you know, you are in control of the race, and believe me, every noise you hear on the car, the paranoia starts, and was that there before, and am I losing power, or is that loose, or you know, why was that lap time slightly slower than the last time? Did it get more traffic? You're just constantly questioning yourself. What's going on? At the very same time, you're pushing hard and trying to stay consistent and not making any mistakes with the traffic, not taking any big risks where you know, there's going to be a time where you might dive down the inside going into a chicane, and sometimes it's better just to ease out of it, just in case that car hasn't seen you. Everyone's tired at this time of day, so I might just go a bit easy into the chicane, and okay, it might cost me a couple of tenths, but I'd rather just be safe.
That's it, going just down to 7th place overall. If leader of P2 category, it is still Brundle in the 35 car. The 46 car now 38 seconds down. That's coming down, that gap. sure that was higher than that a few laps ago when they stopped. Now they've all stopped because the top three only 41 apart.
Definitely. I mean, yeah, that last lap, as we talked about, Alex Brundle, I think, is nursing that car. Again, we haven't really heard why he's nursing it, but he's certainly not on the pace he was on before, and it's not driver issue, that's car issue. So he lost 8 seconds on that lap to Gomedy, who's running second in P2 in a Ligier. So they're both in a Ligier.
Just trying to see if there's any messages to kind of give us some information on that, but nothing at the moment. Yeah, 8 seconds allowed. As you said, Alex and Jan in that car in the night were just absolutely storming away from everyone.
As is often the case, you know, you can drive as well as you can drive, but if you get a car issue, you get a car issue, and you're very quickly caught. Okay, there's Alex on screen now. Again, not taking any risk there. He could have potentially have got up the inside of that slow Ferrari, but he chose not to. He just back out of this. I don't want to get involved with any contact. Got to be safe. Straight line wise, he really doesn't have much more power than the Ferrari. The Ferrari was almost level pegging down the straight there, so that could be one of the issues for them. Maybe they've just not got the straight line speed. Car 20.
The Porsche is going slowly. Weber. Yeah, this is the Weber car. I was just about to say that was an unscheduled stop when Bernard came in for Weber. A slow puncture on the car was why Mark Webber got the real hurry up of come on, get ready. But now going slowly. I'm trying to work out. He is in sector 2. That looks like the straight, doesn't it? Yeah, he's on the back straight. Oh, man.
Could do with a proper look around the car and see if there's anything visual that we can spot.
Dear me.
Doesn't look like it's any of the tyres anyway, so
I'm not bothered who wins, but the team radio. Okay, misfire, could be exhaust, high
oil
pressure
or temperature. Yeah. He's got to just nurse it home. He sees his eyebrows going there. There's nothing he can do about it. He's just got to get it back to the pits as easy as he can. Still got a few laps over Degrassi, but it's playing into Lotterer's favour. Lotterer still circulating, doing 3:28, so his pace is very good.
I've got a feeling there's going to be a team call to that number 2 car. Yeah, we know you're in the groove. We know you're in the rhythm, but you can now just not have to push quite so much and take so many risks. The 20 car is slow on the back straight. Misfire, potentially exhaust, and high oil temperature or pressure. Couldn't quite hear what Mark said, but definitely a misfire. Crawling down the back stretch. Okay, the number 1 Audi leading a charmed life. Dear me. You just think what Audi have been through. Both cars, turbo issues. They've both led at different sections of this race. They've been up and down. And they're on the verge of going back into a 1-2 position, depending on how quickly Mark can get this car back and then how quickly the mechanics can fix that car. Marc Genet ready. That'll be to take over the number 1 car. I have to say, Thursday afternoon, he wouldn't have thought he'd be going to be taking the finish in the number 1 car, potentially onto a podium, would he? Only a few days later. Look at this. I mean, Mark Webber's still a long way from the end of the lap. That car is going so slowly. Degrassi 2 laps down. He's about to take a lap back.
Okay, reserve fuel light came on there, so he will be pitting and Genet will be taking over, it looks like. But as we say, the second driver always gets ready anyway, so we don't know for sure whether he's going in.
Less than 2 hours to go, 1 hour 56 to go to the end of the race.
The funny thing about the race for Genet is, yes, he's on the podium, he's in third place in the number 1 Audi, but the car he was going to be driving is actually in third place in P2, so he had a potential podium in that car as well. So I'm sure he'd rather have the P1 podium rather than the P2 podium, but yeah, either way, he was, you know, it looks like it was going to be a good race for him. Still, obviously, 1 hour 56 to go, but Jota with Harry Tinknell is running third in P2. Brundle's still currently in the lead.
Look at it now, though, it's 22 seconds.
22 seconds. Yes, they're going to have to make possibly a decision with that car
11 seconds on the last lap.
On whether they bring it into the box and try to fix whatever the problem is. But yes, he lost a lot of time to Gomedy on that last lap, so it will be a matter of 3 or 4 laps before Gomedy is right on.
And the white flag's out, that's for Webber crawling back. He's near the end of the lap. He'd be so relieved to get to the end of the lap. Okay, he's got enough fuel in that car because he hasn't been in it that long, so there's obviously something restricting the fuel. Don't go any faster than 80 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, well, I think he's on some kind of limp home mode.
Yeah.
And he can do 80 on that limp home mode.
Okay, well, that's the number 1 Audi. The number 1 Audi is into the pit lane to Grassi. Is this going to be a driver change? I'm waiting to spot Mark Webber appearing down pit lane. You can't be far away, can't Webber? Here he comes, going quite slowly. There he goes. Mark Webber moving, so he's in the pit lane now. I suspect they're going to regular thing, they'll put the fuel in it and then jack it up and wheel it back in.
Yeah, standard procedure.
Okay, the number 1 car back out. That's how slow Mark Webber was going. The number 1 car came in and out before Mark got down pit road and into his box.
So your mechanic's ready as soon as that fuel nozzle comes off. Yeah, you can see the front left of the 20 car, obviously a little bit of contact. Remember, much earlier in the race, Brendan Hartley had contact with the car, and that's what that rubber mark is on the front left of the car. So they've got to go to work and find out quickly what this problem is and try and solve it and get the car back out, potentially before De Grassi takes their second place off them. He's 2 laps down.
Okay, the tyres have come off. It'll be interesting to see if those tyres go back on. With all the data these cars transmit, they will have some idea.
Well, the fact that it's been put on the high stands is not a good sign. Nose is off as well. This is a lengthy stop.
This is disappointing. It's disappointing because we did still have a fight on our hands, but now.
I mean, this could also be the reason why they were not quite on the pace. We know Webber's a very fast driver, Timo Bernhard, and the other car, the 14 car of Mark Lieb, currently doing a 3:27. Interestingly, Lotter's pace has dropped right off 3:34 last time round, so I think he has had the radio call to say, all right, we're oh, that's a 95 car, that's a leading car, and GT Am stopped on the side of the track. Christian Poulsen at the wheel. That's just on the exit to the pits, isn't it? Yep, he's going again now. Not sure what the issue was there. He's got a big lead anyway, 4-lap lead, so providing that wasn't a big issue, he should be all right, but let's monitor that, see how that would be gutting for them. They've led, you know, most of this race in that GTM car. Yeah, as suspected, it's a big stop for the 20 Weber Porsche P1 car. So that's obviously 10 laps of this stint remaining for Andre. He must be getting out at the end of this one.
Yeah, you would think so. You would think so. I mean,
well, yeah.
Hang about. The front's going back on this car already.
Well, that would be encouraging if they have managed to
be great news.
Source the problem.
If that was
that would still give them a chance to get back out in front of Degrassi. Ben just waiting now. He knows he's got 10 laps at least until he gets in the car, so he's just chilled. Yeah, Andre's pace that last time around, 3:35, so he's dropped a good sort of 7 or 8 seconds compared to what he was doing. He's now 2 laps in the lead over Mark Webber. Webber still in the pits. Number 1 car on screen just now, so we're just monitoring now. He's now 1 lap behind Webber. A lot of discussions in Audi just now, but it looks like potentially their cars are going to go next time round 1 and 2. In fact, Degrassi's just had a pit stop. That's why we're seeing him. So looking back to the P2 battle, Brundle again agonizingly getting caught. Last lap round, he got caught by 11 seconds. His gap is now 3 seconds, so he's about to lose his P2 position, leading position to Tristan Gomedy.
That's a tough break for them. Tough break.
The thing is, it's been coming for many laps now. They've known now Gomedy's 1 second behind. I think this could be, yes, this is the pass for the lead. Both very similar cars, Ligier, Nissans. Yeah, I mean, you just see he's just pulling away, so it's straight line speed. Something is wrong with the 35 car. It just doesn't have the straight line speed, and it's effortless for the other car just to drive right by.
Oh man, both Ligiers, but dear me, they haven't done anything wrong in that car. Mind you, there's quite a few drivers who haven't done anything wrong in their cars in the last 20 or so hours, but still dramas before people. But that has been coming for quite a few laps, that has. It was only because of the length of their lead that they'd made up that it's taken so long for them to be caught. But if you don't have to look far back, because the 38 car, we now have a battle for the lead, because just there now is Harry Tinknell in the 38 car. He's only 5 seconds away from the lead as well, so he's on a big charge. What was his time? He isn't as quick as the car in front, but all of a sudden the radio will crackle into life for him.
Well, that's it. Tristan Gomedy's just done his fastest lap, so he was sensing Brundle ahead. I'm sure he was in radio contact with the team, and he chased him down hard. He did his fastest lap, and now Tinknell is lining Brundle up. Here he comes. Again, a straightforward move. He's just got more top-end speed. Sporting a little bit of damage there on the left side. Probably been a little bit of contact with another car at some stage, but no major damage. I think it's just maybe the number plate flapping a little bit. Yeah, Lotter's pace, again, he's dropped right off.
Wow,
335. He's had the order. Now just relax, start nursing the car. You don't need to push quite as hard. The Grassy now moves ahead of Webber.
Yeah.
So Webber still sitting there.
The front is back on it, but
powerless, sitting there in the pits, can do nothing. Can just hope that his car is fixed quick enough now to get in front, back out in front of Davidson, who is closing 3 laps behind.
What were we saying when Anthony was banging in those fast sector times? Well, you never know, a podium could be on the
exactly.
cards.
Yeah, you can never give up.
Look at all the people, all the media.
And looking down to Mark Lieb in 5th place in the 14 car, currently doing 3:27, so the pace is there in the car. I mean, they've had their issues as well, but they're still running. They're in 5th place. They're setting some great times. So actually, at the end of all of this, it could be that the Lieb Porsche moves ahead of the Webber car if they can't get that fixed quick enough.
Davison 3 laps down on the latest graphic we just saw there. But,
come on, boys. Right, is that it coming down? Is that it's moving around a lot?
As if stuff's being put back on it, isn't it? But it's an Audi 1-2, or if we get it number-wise, it's an Audi 2-1. So Lotterer and De Grassi. Cooper McNeil in the 79 car. Remember, only 2 drivers in that car, still circulating. The car's on the ground, or it's down low. I don't know whether it is actually on the ground, but it's down low now off the high stands.
That's got to be a good sign. Yeah, it was getting the wheels back under it. It's going to be pushed back into the pit lane. Let's hope they've solved the issue and they can get back running again. So in the P2 category, Tinknell now moves into the lead. Gomedy has a pit stop. So it's the first time for quite a while that we've seen the Jota car. They're just timing this very well.
Yeah, it doesn't, at the end of the day, you only need to lead for 1 lap, don't you? Or a couple of minutes.
Exactly.
That's the final ones.
Yeah, you've got to keep in the fight all the way until the end. Still 1 hour 44 to go, so great battle in P2 between now Tinknell and Gomedy. Brundle still lapping that bit slower. Definitely got an issue with the engine of that car.
So Fisichella still leading the Pro GT category. He's way ahead. And we saw the 95 Aston Martin stopping. It was the leader of our AM category.
But his last lap round was a 3:59, which is a good time for the AM car.
It was bizarre, because he looked like he was just as if he was either out of the pits or something, but he's back on pace, hasn't lost the position.
And still a few laps up, actually.
Yeah.
At least 3 laps up. Yeah. So, yeah, still pulling away, and hopefully those guys can see that to the end.
Okay, so Lotterer has a 3-lap lead from De Grassi. Then Webber is 4 laps down. The 27 car just coming past us and into the pits. Here comes the Toyota of Anthony Davison, 4th overall at the moment, and trying to hunt down. He's not going to get this, because that Porsche is back on the ground. Well, he's just got to have the wheels put back on it. He's now 2 laps down, is Anthony Davison. If he can get round to the pits and get himself sorted, he'll be only a lap down, because this car is still, it is low down now, but it's still being worked on. Team radio.
So that's Anthony asking, are they still in the pits?
Yeah, are they still there?
Yeah, they're still there, they're still working. That number 8 car, they definitely want this podium position. They're pushing hard for it.
Does it look like they're going to get it going? Just drive as fast as you can. That's all you need to do. And keep it going as you are, Anthony Davison. Big laps coming in from him. 3:26.407 for the number 8 Toyota. He probably does need that car to still be sat there another 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. And looking at it there, it probably is going to be sat there another couple of minutes minimum. Doors open. the rear bodywork is still off the car.
Well, they took, as we saw, they took the tires off the car. Those tires have gone into the heater. So until those tires come back out, that's when it's going to move, you know.
Yeah.
So we'll see that happening. If they flash back to the pits, we'll see that happening. We've got to keep those tires warm so that Webber goes out the pits, he can push immediately again.
Anthony Davidson will be on qualifying spec-style runs only now to try and get this back.
Typical. It doesn't take any prisoners. That's the thing. It's an old school track. It's got, you know, some of the modern runoffs in certain corners, but certainly in the Porsche corners there is no modern. The wall is just there. So if you make a mistake, then you pay for it.
Okay, he's plus 1 lap now. So he is basically 3 minutes 27 seconds or so away from getting onto the podium and robbing Porsche of that position for now. I suspect there'll be another radio call coming. Are they still there? Are they still there? I'm on my way around now. Now, still 1 lap down, and I thought he said, remember only, oh, Webber's out of the car.
This is bad. This is worse than expected.
Yeah.
This is hug time. I think this car
Yeah, I think this is
could
it.
be out.
Dear me. Yeah. We wait for official confirmation, but that doesn't look good. Mark Webber getting out. No one working on that car now. Pats of backs and things like that. But Davison, I'm sure he was being warned by the team about the karting corner because he had all 4 wheels off the track.
Yep.
And as they said, 2 wheels at karting.
Again, yeah, well, that corner, you're allowed to do it. If it's a dotted line, you're allowed to. But if it's you know, the white line of the circuit, the solid white line, you're supposed to keep 2 wheels on the circuit at all times.
Okay, now, and there you go. Yeah, here we go. Team radio, Toyota 8. That's music to Anthony Davison's ears. Not that he wants to see anyone retire out of a race because he's had that. The public barriers are going up. But the car 20, Webber out of the car. That car's not being worked on. That, I think, we haven't had. Let's just check. Have you just checking what is going on from Porsche on the news? Let's just see if they are going to confirm that that is it. I'm just having a quick look.
Body language of the team suggests that it's game over, but we don't know quite why. To get this close into a 24-hour race and to end it now, having been, you know, half an hour ago they were in the lead of the race. That's a really tough thing to take.
Nothing yet. Nothing yet from Porsche, but I don't think that car's doing anything. Davison can't be far away. He's in the last sector. Here he comes. He's about to move on to the podium now. After 1.5 hours of this race, that car was in the wall on the Mulsanne Straight and dropped 1 hour and 9 laps in the process. He's back up to 3rd place.
Of course, that moves the 14 car of Mark Lieb up to 4th place.
But he's still got a few laps to go to catch up, obviously.
But when the car's withdrawn, it's withdrawn.
Well, sorry, yeah. We'll need to see one of those pieces of paper like we did with Toyota, won't we? Look at him.
Well, half the garage still has work to do, and the other half are finished now, and they're gutted.
It brings me to ask a question. Obviously, you aim to finish this kind of race. But if that's going to happen, do you want it to happen 1 hour and 36 minutes from the start or 1 hour and 36 minutes from the end? I think from the start, because then you don't know what could have been.
Well, yeah, that is a tough situation. But you know, this car is in its first Le Mans. It's all come together in the last 2 years. They need to test the car. They need to do this kind of thing. And next year they can take a bigger step forward. They can have more performance. They can have more reliability. They've learned more. So from the team's point of view, from the manufacturer Porsche's point of view, they need to get, you know, the miles onto the car. And there's no better situation to do that than the Le Mans 24 Hours. From the driver's point of view, yeah, it's a tough thing. You know, if you're going to go out, you kind of want to go out early, because it just gets harder and harder to take as the race goes on. You know, you've seen the pictures of Oliver Jarvis and Bonomi. It was tough for them when they went out. It seemed like no fault of Bonomi's, but you've seen them since. They're in a good mood. They're in a jovial mood. There's other Audis up there fighting for the win, and they've kind of got over their disappointment already, whereas for Webber and his teammates, it's just really beginning, this disappointment of not quite making it.
Okay, I'm just looking at still nothing official from Audi on the phone, but sorry, from Porsche, still nothing official from Porsche, but Audi actually tweeting saying that the Car 20 Porsche has retired. We kind of can see that, but still waiting for official confirmation.
We just had an onboard with Fisichella in the leading GT Pro car, Ferrari 51. 2-lap advantage over Makowiecki in the Porsche. So on board with Makowiecki now. Yeah, I mean, he says he's got no power. He's still doing 358s. Garcia from behind doing 355, so that's his nearest challenger. He's 1 lap behind him, and Garcia's just set his fastest first sector of the race. So I guess Garcia's being told, okay, you're not that far behind Makowiecki and you're faster than him, and now we know he's struggling with a bit of power. He doesn't have full power in his engine, so he's just got to try and lap as consistently as he can. For Fisichella up front, he just needs to nurse it home. 2-lap advantage, no big errors. He's lapping at 355. I'm sure he's driving well within himself, trying to not hit the curbs too hard, not stress the car too much.
So it is an Audi 1-2, and it's the number 2 Audi that is in first place. The second place car is the number 1 Audi. Anthony Davison in the number 8 Toyota is in third. We wait for Webber's name to be unfortunately scratched from our results board at the moment, but he does still at the moment sit in 4th on the results sheet. And we just wait for that official confirmation that they are out. That will promote his teammate, the 14 car, into 4th place, and obviously in line then put the rebellion of car 12 into 5th place. It's just been non-stop. We are 22 and a half hours in, an hour and a half to go, and there has not really been a moment where something of drama has been happening. Like not necessarily in the big class, but in other classes, there's always been somebody on the limit somewhere. Just quite amazing.
I mean, again, I don't want to tempt fate, but the only car that, and we've seen one small issue with them, is the 95 car. So far, it's gone to plan. I'm knocking on wood as I'm saying that.
Yeah, because that just did stop, didn't it? About 15 minutes ago, it stopped, and we were like, whoa.
He's running at a sensible pace now. He's got a good advantage. Let's hope that for them they can just see that to the end. I would imagine Poulsen, he's been in the car a while now, so they're probably due one more driver change. Actually, no, it was Nicky Team that was in the car before, so now it's possible Poulsen might go to the end.
1 hour 32 minutes and counting down towards the finish.
Poulsen, I think, thinking back, he used to drive the Porsche Spider here in the P2 class, and I think he might have won. Certainly was on the podium at one stage. so he knows what it's like to get a podium finish here.
3 laps is the advantage for the Audi number 2. 5 hours ago, we were talking seconds. That's how it changed. You know what I mean? We went from 3 cars only a lap or so apart to the leader now having 3 laps advantage. It is just it's an amazing event, amazing spectacle. And you reading social media and things like that, people saying this race will be talked about for years and years and years to come. Every one of the 3 manufacturers has had a big shout at winning this race this year.
They've all led, yep. And I'd love to have heard the radio communication to Andre, because he seems to be lapping very consistently now, 3:33. So we heard the communication saying, please go and do 3:28s when Webber was in the lead. Now Webber's not there anymore. I'm sure he's been told over the radio, we want a target time of 3:33, please. And he's just doing exactly that. He's just relaxed. He's eased back off the car. Can't ease back too much though. He's got to, you know, for his own head, he's got to keep on it. But he must be due in pretty soon, actually. I would imagine. Yeah, we heard a communication from his engineer saying he had 10 laps left, and that was a little while ago. So certainly the next 2-3 laps, Lotterer will be looking to come in from the lead of the race, probably changing over to Benoit Trullier.
So Lotterer leads P1. The 46 cars in leading P2. The 51 car leads GT Pro, and the 95 car leading GT Am.
So Turvey now into the 38 car, replacing Harry Tinknell. Turvey in the car.
Quicker as well than the leader. Only 2 seconds on the last lap, but
31 seconds behind. So yeah. They're quite, you know, I think their pit sequence is very different. Gomedy was in the pits probably, what, 5-6 laps ago. So it's only now that the Zytek Jota car has pitted. So there's potentially a fight on here, because as Gomedy now will pit before Turvey, Turvey potentially will take the lead back over. Turvey, of course, into the car to replace Mark Jenny, who moved over to the #1 Audi at the request of Audi after Loic Duval's big accident. So if after that phone call that he got, I think it was on Thursday or something, please come down to Le Mans, would you? If he managed, well, he's certainly looking like he could be getting a podium, and the win is a possibility as well. So that would be quite an achievement. You know, Thursday, no drive at all, and on Sunday afternoon, a possible podium.
It's at 1 hour 28. We start to count down, and yeah, that's the closest fight we have now, is the P2 category, because unfortunately for us, but probably quite relieved for the Audi team, they got big gaps. 3 laps advantage for the #2 car. As you were saying, Lotterer due any time in for a pit stop and a driver change, and they can take as much time as they want over it. I mean, when you've got such a lead with an hour and a half, do you take any longer in the pits? Do you check anything a bit more?
I don't know if they're confident in the car and there's no issues, because what we don't know is he really has dropped his pace now. He's at 3:39 that last lap, so I think it sounds like we would hear about it if there was an issue. So I think he's really just eased right back. And yes, they might take a bit extra, a few seconds in the pits, just to double check everything, make sure those wheels are on properly.
Clean the Audi badge on the front of it for when he comes over the line. Now Webber is still on this result sheet, even though we have seen no work going on that car, but the 14 Porsche now has overtaken him on the leaderboard. Webber sitting in 5th, but is, for all intents and purposes, is out of this race. Car 2 in the pits. Okay. Is he going to get out this time? I think he probably will.
I think he surely must be.
He must get out this time. So the mechanic with the lollipop ready. The emotion